Alright.
Alright, switch us over to the table.
Shot.
Because of the warthog? Because of the warthog?
Is there a Twitch window up?
It's because that level, when you first start driving on that thing,
I just needed to check.
The game would just crash at the exact same point, and I just couldn't continue.
Hello, everybody!
Hi!
Hi! Welcome to an all-new episode of
Hi!
SCNS Live Plays D&D. Woo!
Yes.
Yeah. Sorry about the wait, and sorry about the delay in stream. It's not my fault. You guys created such good characters, and I had to say goodbye to them in my own head. Anyway, let's go into the session.
What? It's like when Peter Cullen discovered they were killing Optimus Prime.
Characters. Yeah.
Excuse you, spoilers.
I mean, spoilers for me. Like, you're all gonna die. So, I'm Kat. I'm the DM. Hi, everybody. Happy to be back with you. You gotta stay on your toes. That's the lesson here.
An ill omen.
No, it's a good
This
omen.
is like an
You were
action
surprised.
figure. Anytime I hear something fall, I think it's a figure.
Anyway, I want to
That's
take a
fair.
minute
It's
and talk about our sponsors. This is where sponsors would go. And messages about them and how cool they are.
Instead, we will have a moment of silence.
Let's have a moment of silence for the no sponsors.
I mean, we can't even get like the ones that everybody like Raid, Shadow Legends, or the ball people, the ball shaving people,
We do
Manscaped,
Manscaped,
Please
yeah.
no.
Oh, yeah.
Please no.
or some VPN service that don't work.
We do have Array Gaming. They're not a sponsor, but they're partners of ours, right?
Who was it?
Array Gaming. It's not the one.
I don't think Array Game has done anything for it. I'll check my bank account again, but I don't think.
No, they're not sponsors.
It's
but
just
they're
negative
partners.
numbers. They're never green. They're always
No,
red.
those the ones with the sweatshirts and stuff that we.
I don't think so.
Anyway, well, screw you, Array Gaming. I'm just kidding.
No.
I'm kidding.
No.
I'm kidding.
That's the official expressed opinion of SCNS Gaming.
We need a disclaimer here. My opinions cannot be considered the official opinions of anyone, including
Actually, there's a new intro
myself.
for SCNS.
One of us is telling the truth, one of us is lying.
Yeah, you have to figure out which one.
No, not this again.
So, check us out on supercoolnerdshow.com. Follow us on Facebook. Follow us on... We're not
Twitch.
calling it Meta ever.
No.
Follow
And
us on
happy
Twitch.
Extra
Follow
Life
us on
Day.
YouTube.
And who knows if they'll be calling it Meta
I was part
pretty
of the
soon.
stream this
No.
morning.
Oh, cool.
The greeting soon.
We raised $1,000.
I just gave money this year. I didn't have time to crap
Yeah.
together for extra.
Yeah, we did that, but we didn't have time.
I just, I gave y'all toy money. There, rats.
So,
I just blacked out thinking about the time that we played God of War for like 8 hours.
between like
It's
3
not that hard
and
to play
11
God of War
a.m.
for 8 hours.
No, I know, but both of us got so loopy by the end of it.
It was at
You're
her
like,
apartment
wait.
where she lived by herself, and it was just, I don't know. It was fun, but it was a loopy night.
I mean-
Played Junkenstein's Revenge a bunch, too. Yeah. Super cool nerd show. Look out for my article probably this week, grading myself as a DM for the first 10 sessions.
Yay!
So that could be fun.
Everybody needs
Huh?
feedback.
Yeah.
People can learn from you.
This isn't going to be a lot of that. I don't have a lot to teach. It's about your players. It's not about you. That's it. That's all I got.
That's good.
Anyway, we're going to go around the table, and the people who are attention whores will give out their socials, me included. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter, @BetterCat. And we'll go around the table. Also, please say your character name and class. And species if you want. Jason.
Jason the X. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram @Jason the X. And I play Alabroth Jarud, a Dragonborn cleric.
My name is Mia. I play Ronnie, an Eric Ganassi Ranger. Don't follow me anywhere.
I Cass, Twitter, Instagram, the good Cass, and I play Octavia, the high elf monk.
Hi, I'm Christian. I have no socials, and I play Azra, the human mystery. I mean wizard.
I am Cora, and I play Brana, the rogue Asimar, one of those words. And you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram @CoroDonoArt, and also on Twitter @chaotic_noodle.
You never added Christian to our D&D Beyond overlay, like to our campaign.
She's a secret.
Okay.
I got a secret.
No, I'm meant to, but we're
Well, I have an overlay where you can see, if we're dying. as
just
we get
the
closer.
I'll probably let you know at some point.
When I'm dead.
no. It's a
Not
D&D
Christian.
Beyond
Yeah.
auto overlay. It will put up like
You can actually
Critical
click.
Role
People
does.
can click on it and see our characters and all the other stuff associated.
Well, Azra doesn't
Not
want to
all
be
the
perceived.
stuff.
So.
Minor stuff, some stuff.
Some-
Last session, you
can
guys.
see that Ronnie dresses like a thought.
It's so cute though. Like I'm into it. Last session, you guys woke up at the Sleeping Wand, ordered a hearty breakfast. Alabroth tasted coffee for the first time. It did not possess him with the demon parasites.
Well, that's good.
Brana enjoyed a nostalgic favorite in cinnamon rolls. And you guys stepped out into Strassus. Brana and Ronnie looked for evidence of thieves' cant. Octavia tried to teach Alabroth what old people are. Somewhat successfully.
Yeah.
You spent the morning gathering supplies on the docks, kerosene to make flaming arrows, plus an impulse purchase of an obsidian fire dagger. You met the thoroughly average Michael and his mother, Jezebel Diva, and obtained some gloves and protective wax. Brana learned of a local thieves organization named ETR and negotiated passage for the party to the entrance of Strauss's sewer system to take place the next morning. So, it's up to you. We can pick up the night before as you're prepping and doing stuff if you like. We can pick up the next morning.
I have something I'd like to do the night before.
Go for it.
But like right before we go to bed. I'm going to, I believe we're sleeping in different rooms.
Ronnie was sleeping in a room with Azra,
So I am sleeping in a room with you.
and I think Alabroth had his own. I think he
yeah,
had 3.
yeah, because he's
Snoring.
snoring.
When did it become canon that Alabroth snores?
You made
said
it
that.
Oh, I
canon.
did? Okay.
Yeah.
I said it was probably like a gentle snore.
No, you
No,
did
you
not.
did not.
No.
He is.
That is
It's fair.
incorrect.
It's fair.
I don't think you've ever used the word gentle to describe Alabroth.
No,
He
he
is
did
a
say
gentle soul.
gentle hammer strike, but also mentioned that it broke someone's neck. So
That's entirely on him.
So
Roll the
once once we get in our room, I will kind of shut the door and turn to Brown and say, "So, I found something that might be quite useful for you." And I'll take out the obsidian dagger. It has kind of pulsing orange inlay. And I'll hand it to you and say, Albroth and I found this in town, and we thought that it might be quite useful. It does some fire damage when you, I don't know, do what you do. You poke it, right? Poke it, you slash things with it, and it will do fire damage. So all of us can have some kind of fire damage to attack this, I don't know, the blob thing, right? That's what it is?
It is a really gorgeous dagger. It is, it's made of obsidian, mostly on the outside. It's very polished and shiny. And it has just a little bit of the twisty back and forth that makes like a wicked looking dagger. And it's not like a window, but like along the middle of it, it's like clear. And you see like little flames kind of crawling like a living dagger. And it has a sheath that matches very nicely where just the point fits in it and the hilt, so that like it doesn't mess it up, that it's crooked to pull it in.
Yeah.
Take it back out.
what were the stats on it real quick?
It does 1d6 regular damage, 1d6 fire damage, and when you crit with it, it does 2d6 regular and 4d6 fire.
Does 2d6
Regular. It's like crit damage, except it's quadrupled for the fire.
Just wanted to notate that real fast.
No, I have it right here.
Cool.
It does not have a name.
I don't know what to say. Thank you.
Just thought it might be nice. Albroth and
And he'll put it on his he'll remove one of his daggers and replace it with that one, and just kind of look at it
Upgrade.
You get the feeling that to get the advantages of the fire, that you have to hang out with it for a little while.
Yeah.
So
I'm gonna keep it on my belt.
it requires attunement. like everything requires attunement.
Yeah. And he's gonna go over to you and like open his arms to you. May I have a hug?
Yes, of course. Like very awkwardly, and then she kind of relaxes into it once she's
Yeah.
there.
Immediately starts falling.
No.
Not right now.
Brana gives good hug. Like he gives good hugs.
Yeah, just thought,
And then before that, we continued hanging out, rapping.
Oh yeah, we spent the evening waxing and
Poetically.
stuff.
I probably wouldn't
Waxing
help. I
poetic.
probably wouldn't help them with the rapping and everything, just because Albaros.
Yeah, you probably have connected rooms, but just not like with the door in between. Like they would have that set up for parents with their kids, and so you, maybe not all of you, but definitely you. So he's not just off.
Yeah, so
We're having like bonding time as a group
as we
together.
create weapons of,
Destruction.
yes.
Now the arrows.
Do y'all come like after giving the dagger?
Yeah.
I probably mentioned. You've got the flame dagger.
And
Oh yeah,
he'll walk over
to
to
for a while.
Thank you very much.
Well,
May I have a hug?
of course.
Oh God.
Al, yeah. Your hugs may be good, but Al's like, oh yes.
Do I
yes.
feel my spine crack in every
I hope
location?
you deal much destruction with that weapon. And your feet are off the floor.
Roll a perception check to exercise restraint.
I mean, once you heard the first crack, it's like, okay, that one's a freebie.
That's like the good chiropractic hugs.
Yeah. Like,
The next 3 after that, the legs stop working. So
it's like one of those like back cracks that like it hurts for like a split second, but it's because it's been
nice.
like the tension has been there, and then it's just nice.
and then I put Ronnie down.
Brana.
Sorry, I put Brana down.
You were just holding Ron.
Yeah, I give Ronnie one just for free.
The arrows, go ahead and roll, and if people are helping you, go ahead and roll roll a sleight of hand check at advantage. It's just to be able to nimbly, sleight of hand should be called something else. And it's just how many of the arrows you get done that night.
20.
You get all 20 of them done. They will only last about 3 days, and then you'll have the arrows, but they won't light on fire after that. Because I realized I gave you guys a lot of stuff, a lot of stuff, but yeah. And then Cass, if you could roll the same thing if you're waxing the gloves. And that's to see roughly how many rounds. If they were helping you, somebody else was melting the wax or something.
We were working
That's
together.
much better. Sleight of hand 22.
Okay, they will last 5 rounds. That's the max you could have gotten. But can only be used
Yeah,
once.
I figured.
If it ends up being multiple battles, you could do it again one more time a different night. But yeah, what do you think you're up to that night?
I'm not sure. I think Az was probably going over her spell list a lot. Christian and Azra are both trying to strategize here. It's like, okay, well, both of those spells are like concentration spells, so I won't be able to have both at the same time. So what should I do instead of the other one? Which one should I prioritize? I don't think she's too involved with anyone else right now. She's probably in her room. Ronnie probably witnessed her just fiercely scratching into her little book with her finger, and then stopping for a little while and going, no, that won't work.
Ronnie just continues wrapping arrows.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Azra was not giving you advantage in that check. That was someone else.
Oh yeah.
Azra has a ring. Do you think she would wear it around her neck or on her finger, or I know this is new information to you. She has a ring.
Okay, yeah, I was about to think, was that something we talked about? Okay. I guess it depends on the ring.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, just say absent-mindedly kind of playing with it. Doesn't have to be in sight. If
Probably,
you
yeah,
don't-
just like spinning it around while she thinks on her ring finger.
Like one
And-
of those twisty ones.
Like one of the twisty ones, but yeah.
I love those. I used to
Those
have
are so
one.
great.
Oh yeah. I had one that had a cross on it. You just spin it like that.
Nice. That's the kind of... I'm not going to go there.
Yeah.
Fidget toy jewelry.
And you flash back, and you start thinking, like, all this being around here where you've been has been a lot. I feel like it's a good possibility she's been studiously avoiding re-looking at the sketch that she recognized
Yeah.
in the lobby. And you flash back to a day not so long ago where you had been in a different place nearby, and you hadn't had the best day. Just one of the they partnered you with one of the illusion jocks again, and they'd had a huge argument about why you shouldn't have to be partnered with anybody because the lifestyle is not generally partners, and had come home and just been annoyed, and you were waiting for somebody to get there, and that person was late, and
Home is in the dorm room.
it's up to you. Wherever you think you would have.
Yeah, if I'm still at school, then it would have been the dorm. Yeah.
Then it was a dorm, and
Or whatever, student housing.
yeah, I assume they probably had on-campus stuff because people had to travel to get there.
Yeah.
And somebody was supposed to come over for dinner, and it was about 20 minutes late, which is not usual. And finally,
Is this Ori is supposed to show up? Okay.
and finally he opens the door. What do you think happened?
Is this? I
It's
guess
whatever you want it to be. You don't have to play the whole thing out.
Yeah. I feel like this encounter would be initiated by Ori, right?
He knows he's late, so he opens the door, just kind of he knocks softly, opens the door, and he just says, "Hi."
Hi, Ori. What took you so long? The food is getting cold.
He's trying to look upset, but he's kind of wiggling almost with excitement, and he's like, I know I'm late. I know I'm late. I'm very sorry I'm late. And he comes over, and he's taller. He just comes over and sits at the table, very smooth, and he said, You remember when we learned when we could read each other's thoughts?
Of course.
In the spell, and it was so cool, and he's like, people don't always understand you. You express yourself well, but if they could see the way that your mind works, I have a present for you. And he takes out, and it's just got a little ribbon. He takes out a ring, and he puts it in front of you. And
is fancy, looks pretty.
It doesn't. It's
Not pretty.
you're not that fancy
Yeah.
looking,
Mm-hmm.
and he's not that confident with design, so it looks pretty plain.
Okay.
It's like an iron-looking ring,
As it
and-
goes oh, thank you.
and it has carved into it kind of the shape of the thought strands that tend little wormy shapes
Okay.
all the way around, and you hold it for a second, you can feel that it actually does have some power to it, and it has this little flash of light that kind of winds through it here and there.
Oh, wow.
And he said I know you and I have some disagreements about how all of the thoughts and all the sharing, but I think you should be able to tell anyone what's inside they should see that you're best anytime you want them to. So I had this made, and this is what it does.
Ooh. I love the name. That's cute.
Yeah.
Oh. I'm just reading this to myself. Oh.
Yeah, this is gonna take a second, and then if you have questions after the session, we can get into specifics. Tried to make it as clear as I thought, as I could be. And he said, like, shouldn't be restricted by somebody else's knowledge if you want to share what's in your heart.
Oh, that's so sweet, Ori. Thank you.
And he goes...
She goes to give him a hug.
And he hugs her back enthusiastically, and he said, it may occur to you that would be a lot of money, like, and he's like, they finally finished it. You know that notation class that you have to take, basic notation?
Yes.
Yeah, I figured out that, like, they haven't specified their notations yet, so if they're rich asshole first level wizards, I could copy their spells for them, and they would pay me a lot of money to do that.
Oh.
Before it gets specific.
Very clever.
Anyway. And then you kind of come back to the moment, and he's... Yeah, that's it.
Okay. She's back on her bed fiddling with her ring as she's thinking about that.
Me, the DM, wanted you to have it as soon as possible because it could complicate your spell preparation.
Sure.
Potentially.
Yeah.
But yeah.
She has kind of like a sour look on her face looking at the ring, and then goes back to her note stuff.
Do you think anybody was in the room then?
Probably not.
Okay. So, you guys, anything else you want to take care of tonight?
The arrows wrapped, and
they said first light to you, I think, and they said where to meet them. I watched
I think it was the entrance or something, or we can retcon it to another place because I don't completely remember.
There's a let's say they said probably 100 yards off to the right of the ferry dock. There's a little dip, and they can meet you there. They said first light, so that's actually before the curfew ends. So, but it's close. So you guys get up the next morning, and it's not very far, and there's not a ton of guards out, but each of you need to roll a stealth check.
I got a 12 and a 15 for my portent for today.
holy shit!
That's good.
Oh, sorry. I rolled a 20 on a stealth, which is 21.
That's a group check, so.
21.
Oh wait, I have disadvantage on those.
Rip.
With my bonus, it's a 6.
Was it
Rolled
a one?
natural
It was a
one.
1. It was a 1.
How
My-
is my
Ones in
stealth
group
higher
checks
than
or
yours
not?
is?
Forgot I had disadvantage on stealth. 14.
14.
19.
Mine was actually 21.
Okay, you guys pass. It
Well.
was only, yeah.
Yeah.
You guys pass. They're not paying a lot of attention. You're
I
not
catch
close
Brana
enough.
before he falls over.
Yeah.
Trip over my own feet.
Do the tail catching.
Brana's probably looking at the token they gave him.
This is so cool.
That's a
It's
face
heavier
plant
than
into the
you would think it would be, and it
The Squid Game.
yeah.
Wondering if I get to keep the token after.
Hell no.
Of course not.
So, you guys get over there, and you get close, and there is indeed a little indent. It's about it's about a person height. So you guys kind of scramble down into this little thing, and when you get to the top of it, actually, you see a single figure in a pretty small boat, and it's they're about, this figure is about 7 foot tall, has very light, like bluish grayish, like fur, and kind of a bovine looking nose, and curly, a little bit like, but not like dark blue hair, like smoky blue curly hair that just kind of, it's not long, it just keeps going down. It's kind of over his shoulders and stuff, growing pretty close to it. And he looks up and he's like, "Hey, you guys must be the people trying to go to the sewers."
I hold up the token.
Far out, man.
Yes, hello, sir.
Hello.
Hi.
And he, like, takes your hand, like, sure.
I'm Octavia. What's your name?
I'm Rain.
Rain.
My name's Rain.
Nice to meet you. You will be escorting us?
You could call it that. I'm here for the boat. I can do boat stuff, you know?
You're a sailor?
I could do the boat.
It's best to just accept that as the answer.
This isn't a sailboat. It's just a little one.
Right.
I thought the term sailor meant just anyone that navigated the nautical. I'll
Not
just shut
that
up.
fancy. We don't call anything that. I
Your
do the boat.
profession, though, is boatman?
It's not really how this goes. We don't.
This is a bit too many questions and answers. Maybe we...
Just accept.
Okay.
Lead the way, please.
Yes, please.
Sure. Everyone in the boat.
Okay.
In the boat.
Climb in the boat.
Climb in the boat. He
Put boatman question mark?
he takes a second to balance you optimal for weight distribution. Like,
I'm very heavy.
Do we need to know
yeah,
how
he
much
puts
we weigh?
you.
4 people on one side.
He puts you at the back and him at the front. No, him at the back. You row mostly from the back or the middle.
Yeah.
So you towards the front, him towards the back, and then splits you guys up and just kind of, and he seems very proficient with it. You think roll an insight check. Just Octavia.
Oh, now you roll nice.
Alabroth probably rocks back and forth a little bit just to feel the
Insight.
boat move.
It's not bad. It's
I just
12.
reach back and like smack your leg, like stop it.
You think that he was uncomfortable with the
Stop it.
formality of it. And
Like an
then
annoying parent.
go ahead and roll a history check at advantage. Again, just you.
That's really good. My history's not great. 18.
You remember reading that Furbolg are mostly druids, and so like the formality of any of it just seems foreign to him. He's at one with the boat, with the water, with the nature, and is even named in a sense after the water. So like he's not comfortable or uncomfortable with the boat. He's extremely comfortable with the water itself. So
Gotcha.
Just to clarify,
And somehow knows Prana. Haven't told me anything.
Oh yeah, no, you were there. I thought.
Nope.
Oh yeah, that's right. Only I could go in there. I thought I told you what happened. Oh well.
Told them, but you didn't trust me.
Oh no, you weren't there. No, that's what it was.
We
Yeah.
specifically left these two behind for being a little too uptight for something that
For
sketchy.
this exact reason.
Then I will explain in the tunnel when we are no longer here.
gotcha. Yeah, this guy is being tasked with taking us to a sewer entrance, right? Which is probably not legal, maybe?
Probably.
I guess really entering the sewers might be illegal, but like being around the entrance.
Well,
is
there's
probably
certainly a bunch of things that we should
He
not
is-
be doing with
He
entering
is either
sewers.
a
Yeah.
member of or employed by Etherage.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah.
That's why that time of day, like, it's, because it is close enough to the ocean, it has the coastal fog,
Mhm.
so wouldn't be easily seen. The docks aren't open. You boarded in a crevice. Like, the whole thing is it's pretty quiet, and he's being careful, but rowing boats isn't loud usually.
Mhm.
You do notice that it doesn't creak at all, which is nice. And I'm going to roll a stealth check for him, but with advantage because of he knows the
We
area.
don't need to know how much we weigh, do we?
Not usually.
Not for this.
I don't.
Which is being very generous by the DM right now, because all of our weight plus Alabra. I don't know if a rowboat can handle this.
Plus our
Plus our
Very well made, though.
And remember, I'm still doing like this every now and then.
and I'm reaching back every time and smacking your leg like an annoyed mom.
It can't. It's got like kind of the dimensions of like crew rowing, except it's not that narrow. So like it's long-ish, and you, the smaller of you, can just barely sit side by side. And yeah, he rolls decently well. He stays for the first 20 minutes. He stays pretty close to the center, kind of, because it couldn't be seen easily from either side, and there is quite a bit of fog just at that level. And then after he passes whatever he was passing, then he goes and he starts to go towards the other side where the academy is.
Do I see anything suspicious through what I can see of the fog?
Suspicious about.
Do I see? Well, I'm not sure that I know this is illegal.
Yeah, because I didn't tell you.
Yeah. But do I see guards or civilians or creatures in the water or around us?
I'm sure you can tell that this is kind of a spooky vibe. It's very quiet and foggy.
Cass has definitely noticed.
You can't really see anything. You see, you actually don't see very many fish either, because a lot of, like, the canal part of it is man-made. There's not really natural, there's not a lot of natural, what is it called, when migrating patterns that go through here.
There's
so
no salmon cannon going up the side.
not that you see, you hear a every now and then. That you assume is them shooting it up the waterfall that doesn't exist. No, but you it is kind of creepy. You can't see either side, and you know that you're not that far from either side. But has anybody ever been like in the coast at like dawn? Yeah, like
Yeah. Can't see
can't see anything. It looks like Silent Hill.
Yeah.
I was
That's
I was
definitely
in
what
San
it was.
Francisco like during fog season, right off the coast. Like,
Yeah.
can't see shit.
I was on Jekyll Island in the middle of February, and it's the same thing except a little bit spookier because it's also super cloudy and it's also like barren.
Yeah. San Francisco, like right on the coast, is.
Yeah.
I was in the Navy. There.
So,
Done.
so
Done.
you saw it at least once.
Oh, yeah.
Korea has a very heavy fog in the morning, and then it burns off. But then every afternoon between like 1 and 4, it looks like Silent Hill all over. And then at night, like, it clears up, and it's the craziest thing. Every day that's not raining. So it takes about like the better part of an hour. He seems to be kind of like, and you don't know exactly why, but like kind of weaves back and forth. You would know that the coastline on the other side is not very steady. Like it's kind of has about maybe like a up to a 10-15 foot drop to the water at some parts, and at some parts you can kind of climb down there and whatever. But then he gets pretty close, and he hasn't said a word, but if you guys look at him, he'll give you like reassuring eye contact, but he's not inviting you to speak or anything.
Yeah. I think all of us are understanding not talk. Do not talk.
Yeah.
Are we? Are we all understanding that?
Yeah. Yeah, I have decent wisdom, yes.
I
Yes,
think
we
Octavia
understand that.
probably looks like she's gonna pipe up at some point, and Azra just like
she's-
gives her a glance, like
That happens a couple of times.
a couple times.
You notice that. Hang on. Let's see.
Voices tend to carry across the water.
What?
19. He gives Azra a look like you better keep your boy in check kind of look. Like he recognizes that. Excuse me. He recognizes that and he's like, everybody's just like,
Everyone turns.
Are we being quiet?
so he rose for a while, and then he actually backtracks a little bit, and he goes back behind this little like, there's like a little inset in it, and he rows along that, and then behind that again, and then finally you see like a little sewage thing. It's not as big as you would want it to be. It looks mostly clean. It looks like it's runoff water from other things. It doesn't look like
Doesn't look like
Sewage?
not a lot of poop.
Yeah, it's like, doesn't look like poo water.
No, it doesn't smell
Great.
great, but it's like kitchen runoff.
Oh, that still doesn't smell good.
No.
No.
But
really
it's
doesn't.
not as bad.
Yeah.
Not as bad.
So gray
No,
water
but-
instead of like black water.
Not
Still bad.
exactly, because they're wizards. They preserve food artificially and stuff. So there's not a ton of stuff. It's more like washing fruits and vegetables and stuff.
So
Not
yes,
awful.
like gray water instead of black water.
Lots of
But every now and then, somebody pees in the sink. What? I do.
I think they just whisk it away.
I mean, it's crotch level. Like,
Anyway.
So, and it's about, it's arched up, and he's like, and he gets back there, and he pulls the boat in, and he sits there for a second, he looks at it, and then he kind of like, he takes out a very, very sharp knife that looks to have some magic associated with it, and drills a tiny hole in the bottom of like a pipe and ties the boat to it, so that you guys can get out. He doesn't even tie it, he just holds it.
Mm.
And he helps each of you out, and he looks at you. He probably already gave him the token. He would have required to see it before.
Yeah, I showed him the token. I don't know if he took the token.
Yeah, he took it.
Aw.
And he does give you something that looks similar, that's like, it looks similar, but it's just like, it's on parchment. Roll a I guess history check.
Oh, look, a nice roll, which is good because I don't have history. So 18.
You know that it's like the other one was like a promise of some sort that they were going to do this. This is closer to a receipt, but could also it's not a receipt exactly. It's like an agreement kept, agreement kept. It's not allies, but like we've done business and it was fine.
Yeah.
And he holds out his hand for the other 18 gold.
I hand him the other 18
Okay.
gold.
So, and then he signs his name at the bottom of it, and he hands you the piece of parchment.
You
I-
knew about that.
No, I don't think she did.
Huh?
Oh, well, then you
Oh.
knew that only you and Alabroth were pulling your resources. Because y'all were the only two that were together.
I give him
at the
like
time.
I give him a silent thank you, because still quiet.
He gives you a thumbs up, and he goes, and he starts to row away, and you watch him for a second as he's pulling out, and he gets out about like 10 feet, and he looks back up at you, and he goes, and then he just makes his way off, and you guys are at the entrance to the sewers.
Love him. Love him.
Yeah, man, it's like totally cool.
I think we just employed a rad teenager. Is that what just happened?
Surfer.
Oh, what?
No, he could be a
think so.
teenager. He looked young. He didn't look that young, but you have no idea how old Fur Boulevard probably. I don't.
I'm confused.
Not at a glance, for sure.
Oh, that's
What just happened?
right. So
Well, he did this.
No, I know. I don't know what that means now. I don't know what that means.
I don't know
to
what that means
explain,
either.
not necessarily the, but what just happened. We knew that you and Albroth are a little bit good.
Oh, well, thank you.
And might
Very nice.
not like how we had to get here.
That was your friend?
More like a business partner. You see, I may or may not have employed some sketchy business to get us here.
Oh.
Did you have us engage in illegal activity?
Aye, getting in the sewers is illegal.
Breaking curfew is illegal.
We did a lot of illegal things tonight. Or today.
All in the name of adventure.
I would be fine with in the greater good.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But would you have been able to keep your cool if you'd known?
Fair point.
No.
Anyway,
No, I wouldn't.
Which is why we waited till now to let you know.
She could
Well-
barely keep her cool before she even knew. So.
Or in general, I don't know.
Curious as to what was going on. I
I feel
don't.
slightly judged, but I'm okay with this.
It wasn't a bad judge on your character, I promise. It was the path of least resistance to make sure we didn't have too many hiccups along the way and have to come up with more excuses as to other things.
I thought
is
you were
fine.
very good at containing your curiosity.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I figured this was some sort of tour or something, maybe.
Aye, a tour in the fog. Anyway.
Awful tour.
You're usually allowed to ask
Anything.
questions during.
Yeah. We found ourselves now in the sewer, so
The destination leaves something to be desired.
it's a little shitty.
Little.
I suppose I should have known. Yes, sewers are not open to the public, are they?
No.
Nay, but if
The sewers underneath the academy, probably less so.
Yes.
our thing is here, the easiest way to get in here is to sneak in, and better to get professional help than get the guards'
Yes,
attention.
You can always ask for forgiveness.
Oi. Better to ask for forgiveness than permission.
Especially when you
I am
already...
surprised to hear Octavia say this thing.
Well, if you already know that permission will not be forthcoming.
Don't have a choice now.
Too late.
Go into the sewers, I suppose.
You're in the shit now.
Alright. Let's
So it's
That's a way to do it.
these are not going to be very comfortable for most of you to traverse. They are about like 4.5 feet tall.
No!
They're fully round, so it's wide enough.
Yeah.
But it's gonna be all crouchy.
hope no one has
stuff.
claustrophobia.
It's not that.
And it is
Large.
very dark. Do you think Azra would try and determine like where is she gonna look around outside or anything to try and determine where she is in relation? She might not. I don't know.
Like relation to the academy?
Yeah.
I mean, sure. I guess if the sewer's like, is it like jutting out of the side of like a cliff or something?
It's jutting out, like, since most of them have that drop or whatever, it's not, like, it wouldn't be as you were pulling up immediately evident, but it is jutting out enough that you could like. There is kind of like a. It has. I don't know what I'm trying to say. It's textured. She could hold without feeling too unsafe and kind of lean back and try to look.
There are
see what she
handholds.
could above it.
Yeah. Azrael would get as high as she could to try, like, looking at, like, the horizon of the city, the skyline, if you will, to try and see where the academy is and judge, okay, we need to be heading generally that direction in the sewers.
Okay, so, like, she looks and make a perception check.
Anyone? I can't really see anything. Does anyone want to help me with this?
Oh,
Somebody could help, like, boost her, give her more stability.
That was what I was thinking.
Oh, well.
Oh,
Or even perhaps just a second pair of eyes. Whichever.
Either.
Nope,
Yeah.
picking you up.
Okay, so roll again.
Alright. Better. That
can't you all
is...
see in the dark?
oh,
Yes, why am I doing this? I
We're
don't have special eyes.
We're not looking in the dark. We're looking.
Fair enough, yeah. Perception... Oh, yeah, that is 13.
First.
Okay, you know the grounds, like, pretty well. The academy is walled in.
Mhm.
Like, so, looking, you're about 15 yards from one of the walls, but as you look at it, you can see that the wall ends a number of yards back, so you're at the... Hang on, I can do this. This is the west.
West is California, east is New York.
Yeah, it would be the east, the northeast corner. The academy faces. Wait. Trying to picture my map that I have at home.
Doesn't the academy face west across the river towards, like, the rest of the city?
Yeah.
So northeast, where if here's, like, the rest of the city, river, academy, we're, like, up at this part?
Yeah, the north is the back wall, and what you're looking at right now is not the north. The faces west. The east is the back wall.
East would be
You're
back.
at the north. You're
Okay.
east corner,
Sure.
and behind that is like it goes into some of the nobles' houses, stuff like that. But it's only just a couple of very large estates back there. So yeah, you're at the back corner. That is where there's a few things back there. They have like a cafeterias back there, which explains where you are, and they have like the campus store where you can get the cheaper arcane paper and
Yeah.
such. They have the really cheap toad's eyes and all that. Bat guana. It's cured. So
Do
yeah.
they have a vending machine that only sells scantrons?
Yeah, but the whole thing with scantrons is actually the answers have to move around in the bubbles or you fail. This is wizard tests. So yeah. You don't know if the kitchen sewers are connected to all the other sewers, and you don't think know anything about the sewer system, but that's where you are.
Okay. Azra, thinking out loud, is saying... She climbs back down off of Alabroth's shoulders. I think we are going to want to head this direction. We're going to be wanting to find any sewer entrances that look big enough that a person could fit through. You know, we're going to ignore the little pipes and whatnot that would just come from, like, restrooms and whatnot.
yeah, please.
Yes. Something big enough that the Oblex could probably fit through any of these, but if the Oblex is taking people, it needs to fit the people through. So we're going to need to look for large enough entrances, manholes and the like. So, other than that...
Manhole?
So way
Person hold, yes.
So way to get into the sewer. So go. Okay. You see, do you ever notice the metal?
Is it shaped like...
Oh, that's right. It's a metal circle that's usually on the ground. Yeah, like when you lift that.
Tree designs on them.
Aye. When you lift it up, you have an entrance into the sewer. However, it's a bit more noticeable to go into the sewer that way. That's why we did the sneak around.
Yes.
Okay.
I forget, not all of you are city folk. In fact,
City folk.
You're
I
right.
don't know that much about. I do know about architecture. I don't know what a manhole is.
I just appreciate Ronnie's just like, I don't know what that is. Kind of like me.
Well, that...
He's just picturing the like Looney Tunes, like when Wile E. Coyote runs through the walls.
I went so far the other way. The Japanese horror.
That is
of
what
the
I
people
was
going
thinking.
through. Yeah.
Oh, Akihara Fall, or
Yeah.
whatever that
Actually,
thing.
I think Octavia, like, they might not have had manhole covers per se, but for the most part, you would probably have advantage on a number of these checks because your dad.
Can I do a history for manhole?
Like,
roll for manhole.
Can I roll
I'm
for
going to say
manhole?
that they didn't use
I really
manhole
want you not
covers,
to, but
but they
Manhole
didn't
for
use manhole
500?
covers. They used grates, and that's why you weren't familiar with it. But
makes
the basic idea, like you're gonna have some advantage here and there on figuring out stuff.
So yeah, I think I'll go first. With pretty good perception. I can see in the dark.
Yeah, it
That
gets.
is most helpful.
At the beginning, there is only one way to go, like at first, and it goes to pitch black very, very quickly.
oh,
What do you guys do?
I should have brought a light spell. Damn it.
well then I cast light cantrip on my Warhammer.
And I didn't prepare it because Alabarth already had it covered. And I knew that.
Yes.
I think I do. I don't actually remember. I probably don't, though.
Brenna, do you need a light spell?
You never know.
I thought you had dark vision.
I
do.
think you were the only one. You two do.
Oh, I do have light because I do have a couple of spells.
You have light.
I have a couple
Well,
of
you
spells,
only
but
need.
none of them
He
are
cast light. You didn't cast dancing light. You
That's
cast
right.
light, right? Not dancing light.
No, I just cast light.
Yeah, so that's plenty of light. It's 20 feet of bright light and another 20 of dim light, so it's more than enough.
It's just boom on the Warhammer.
You
Torch.
see a number of like
Rats.
rats,
Probably
and
rats.
spiders, and stuff.
No, I'm not going to eat one this time.
Could you cast it on my staff?
Can I do that twice?
You can't have two consecutive ones going, but you can cast it on her step instead.
I'm going front.
You have dark vision.
I know.
That's the point.
Very well. Boom, boom. That's the noise it makes.
Keep an eye out above the water line here in the sewers for any change in the gunk. If you see any excess sliminess, that might be a sign that the Oblex has passed through this way.
It leaves
Excess
trails of
sliminess.
slime.
Excess sliminess. So, take a good look at the walls right now, see how slimy they currently are, and if it gets different, let me know. Begin following that path.
Don't touch that.
Most of this
Why? I didn't say oh, gross!
is most of this is
I
like
would say ocean, but
ocean runoff type sliminess, like this
Yeah.
far back, which isn't the worst thing. Has a almost pleasant like kelp smell.
Yeah.
Like it's not so bad yet. You don't see
I love
any.
the yet.
But it's not chocolate.
Say, you and I have very different ideas of how pleasant that particular smell is.
If it's old and like if it sits, it gets real bad real quick. But if it's constantly moving, it's not so bad. Yeah, the water is at this point
Always stale.
is just over the tops of your shoes, which I just assume are all waterproof because you're
Yeah.
sure.
oh, the boomerang shoes are not happy.
I pulled the Boomer Lord just to fuck you.
Roll a perception.
Yes. That was pretty good. 19.
You don't see the eyes formed
14.
or anything, but you hear like vague gurgling and like this sound of like just being really, really discontented with the whole thing. The bootstraps of Boomer Lore are not happy. So you guys, what's your marching order?
First.
I guess I'll be right behind.
I'll be behind that.
I think I will.
Ronnie, why don't you
Be-
go ahead? I'll take the back.
Yeah, not at
Wait,
the
you
very
have to
back
tell us
because
where to
I
go.
can't see in the dark.
I don't know where the obelisk
Would you like
is.
to hold my hand?
No,
Are you sure?
Yes.
I can see in the dark.
I know you can.
Do you not trust me?
You're kind of klutzy.
That's very rude.
It's
But
entirely
true.
fair, though.
I didn't say
You
it
did follow
wasn't.
the mountains.
I didn't say it
And
wasn't.
then again just now.
You mean you don't want to fall in sewage?
So what is the marching order? Octavia,
Behind Octavia.
Alabroth,
Behind Alabra.
I'm behind Brana.
Brana,
And I'm in the back.
Ronnie. That's
I can jump ahead of Octavia and get behind me.
And as we're, everyone starts like filtering into the pipe for the first time with as we're going last. As will hang back for a second and go like right around the corner outside, and she takes out of her spell component pouch a skull of a creature that is completely unrecognizable, and she holds it to her chest for a second, and she says, "Feel it up." And she puts the skull on her forehead, and there was a pulse of green in her veins, and her eyes light for a second, and she casts False Light on herself.
nice.
Cast what?
She would
False
like
life.
that fucking spell.
Mm-hmm.
What is that?
I'm just picturing the Bloodborne.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I'm
so
picturing a nightmare.
she has 7 temporary hit points for the next hour.
Cool.
Oh, sweet.
That's all it does.
That's pretty good roll. Yeah, so you guys walk in. What's your pace? What do you think? Fast, slow?
As fast as we can be. I
Kind of
guess.
Yeah, I don't
Looking,
really think
listening,
there's a
and
point in
moving,
being
yeah.
stealthy.
There's not, but there will be dexterity saving throws.
Oof, it's probably normal speed.
Yeah.
I'm not
Yeah.
trying to go super fast because I don't want to point fingers, but somebody's dexterity saving throws.
You can't
Moving.
levitate your way out of everything.
It's true.
No, I know.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, okay, yeah.
So you make it.
I'm picking up on a lot of energy here that I don't like,
You're on the back. You don't.
which means I see everything. I'm pointing forward.
That's fair.
Yeah. You guys go, and there is like a little bit of like a Scooby-Doo vibe. Like, kind of creepy. You're crunched over, but also like it's really dark, so the light casts very like harsh, long shadows on this, and it's mostly like they're blackened inside from age and just metal doesn't show through, but it's not terribly stinky. The water is starting to get very gradually deeper, and
I don't like that.
yeah, it's not my favorite thing. After about probably like 10 minutes or so, you've made it several hundred yards. You do have to be pretty slow to be hunched over and walking. Then you come to a 3-way split, straight, like more or less straight on. One veers more to the left, one veers more towards the right. The one that veers towards the right, you can see it sloping kind of up a little bit, not at a big rate. The one that goes straight ahead is seems about the same, and the one that goes left actually goes down a little bit, but you can see, like, actually everybody, well, not everybody, just probably, do you think you stop there and take a second, like?
Yeah, I would call
Okay.
Azra to the front to try and make it, especially if they're all the same size, to make some sort of determination.
Roughly the one that goes to the left is slightly smaller, but none of them seem to be reducing in size as it goes down. Whoever would kind of press in to see, which maybe all of you can roll a perception check. And dark vision does not matter for this.
25.
19.
8.
22.
Wow. So
Az was distracted with something in the water. I think I see something.
Azra's trying to figure out if her skin is glowing green. Is this false light? Is it always like this? Those of you who rolled above a 20 see, like, way off in the distance, you can see like a little, like, tiny patch of light, just very small. You don't know what it is, but there's some sort of light down that way. You don't know if it's surfacing or what it is. But you know what? If you're looking down, you just see like this little, like, blue soft patch.
Do you think we should check that out?
What?
Is anyone else's skin turning green in here?
Um,
I don't want to be
Is
here
my skin turned
for very long.
Nobody's skin is turning
your
green.
skin is
Azra
not
just
turning
thought hers might be because she had a brief green glow.
Mm.
I think the sir's getting to you.
You
Perhaps
look
it is.
fine.
She pulls her shirt up over her nose. I'm going to be like this for the rest of the time. I don't want to breathe in these fumes anymore.
Okay.
It doesn't help.
It's a bit uppity anyways. Yes, I think we should.
Point out the thing that we're looking at.
Yes, I suppose. It could be a clue.
I mean, it could be a trap too, couldn't it?
Do you want me to just sneak up there and take a look?
Octavia, what do your elven
It's
eyes
the
see?
only way to go anyway.
It looks like a patch of light. What's it?
I'm going to see if I can sneak up there.
I just had to say the quote.
Okay, you're trying to sneak in what sense? Are you trying not to disturb the water? Are you trying to just be the quietest you can, like, what do you...
I mean, as quiet as I can be, given where we are.
You're gonna leave the yowling human woman behind, yelling about green skin.
Yeah.
It went away now, and now I'm worried.
Not terrible. I rolled a 14. Or my total's a 14, sorry. It's not terrible.
Slips and falls.
Should be able to sneak up on a patch of light.
Well,
Stand still.
Since we don't know what's
No,
there.
I know.
So
you have never tried to, like, sneak in, like, what at this point is still on your very much your lower calves level water.
Gross.
It has gotten deeper, but not, like, dramatically so. And so, like, it's a little sloshier than you would have liked. But you make it up there, and you look up and you see it looks like it's not like a covered manhole. It does have like a little grate. It looks, the light is coming through at an angle. You would guess it's kind of like where Pennywise hangs out. Like, it's in one of those types of gutters, like, but it's not that big, and it's not off a curb. It's just at the side of a road. It has a little grate covering, and it looks like the side of a. Well, roll a perception check.
Oh, now I roll nice.
Yay!
26.
Shit.
Oh wow! With the 26, you You can see, you can't really see anything. You can hear, you sit there for a second. You don't hear horses. You don't hear like wheels of any type, and you sit there for a second just listening, and you think you've been under here for maybe like half an hour, and so the curfew or whatever would be over, and you hear the sound of young people in small groups, probably heading to a morning class, so you think you're under a footpath of the academy.
Alright, so they don't really have to stealth. I'm just gonna walk back.
Just back.
Seems we might be right under the academy, or at least near a path that leads to classes. I hear some milling about up there.
So, probably that way, yes? Alright, let's go.
Sloshing on.
I think Azor will probably go take a peek as well to see if she recognizes, like, exactly where they're at, so that she can get, like, okay, I recognize this footpath, I kind of know where we are, like, specifically now.
Okay, go...
Like, if this is a part of the campus she recognizes, so she knows how to orient where everything else is.
How long approximately do you think she spent on campus? Because it's something we didn't discuss.
I believe she went a few years on campus.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so that helps me set a DC. Go ahead and roll.
Okay. That is a 20 on perception. A dirty 20.
You are
Dirty.
with that
Nasty.
roll and with your experience, you feel pretty confident that students are heading to mess to breakfast, and you kind of look down and you see the water is flowing out and has picked up a little, and you guess that was from the kitchens from them preparing the breakfast. So you feel pretty confident that you're within about 50 yards of the cafeteria, which was kind of set aside in its own thing when you're brewing like spells that have very interesting components. They were pretty strict about not cross-contaminating that.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't surprise you if it had almost entirely separate like sewage systems. So that's where you are.
I think Azra says, like, whispers to the group, okay, they are all going to breakfast right now. If we were an Oblex, we certainly would not be here because there would be a lot of witnesses. We would probably be going back to the dorms where any students who did not go to breakfast may be alone and vulnerable. So we need to go to the dorms.
Where
So-
are those?
That way. And she's backseat driving basically. Every time there's a decision point, she's like, go that way, to try and steer us to the dorms.
Okay. If you guys go back to where the fort was, most of the dorms were the dorms are a little bit separated by years. Like the newer ones were not with the. Which do you think should have not a little bit, like pretty separated? Because of the levels of magic. Was she drawn towards one?
The other missing students, were they more upper year?
You didn't know most of them.
Okay.
Um,
She's gonna guess upper year just because...
Because you
'Cause-
get smarter as you learn stuff.
Yeah, exactly. But also, I guess if this is a powerful Oblex, they're probably not concerned about the power levels of students, whether they're freshmen or seniors. So, I think she's gonna go, let's go to, like, the building that has, like, the most advanced students.
okay. That is, well, you don't know for sure, but the younger students are kept kind of like on the inside of it, right? Like they're
Okay.
kind of protected and insulated, and on the internals of campus kind of in the middle or on the wall, with more of the nobility on the other side, towards the back, close to the nobility. The seniors would be along the wall near the coast, where they would have space. So kind of back where you came, but there was no entrance back there. So roll an intelligence check.
Okay.
And you can assist him with this if you want,
Yeah.
because of your knowledge.
What are we? It's an 18.
Yeah.
You think that you can probably get there. You think that, like, this thing that came from the cafeteria area, you assume that it's going to be kind of a closed system that only flows out. You think maybe if you took the middle path that you could, like, kind of wind your way back, because sewers don't just have one exit. They can't, or it would get caught. Water gets caught.
Yeah.
So you think probably the straight path for now, and then you'd be looking to go to make a couple lefts to try and curl back.
Gotcha. Octavia, it sounds like you are familiar with architecture, is that right?
Yes, very.
We need to get to a different building that is not in this sewer complex. Would sewer complexes be connected? Could we perhaps...
Sewer complexes have to be connected.
Okay.
Otherwise you could pool the water in one particular place, like a septic tank.
Okay. Can we find a way to get to, like, a different, I guess, branch of the sewers? We need to get to the upperclassmen building, and that's in that direction. It's not connected to the cafeteria and the mess at all.
Okay. So if the cafeteria is this way, then yeah, that way.
Okay, then
So we're going
guide
forward.
us.
And I'm gonna actually take out my notebook and start taking notes of which way we're going. I'm gonna draw like a little map.
This is smart.
I'm actually going to start marking on the walls every time we make a turn.
Marking what?
With my claw.
That's a good.
Put a every time we make a turn, I'm putting a 1 on the 1, and then every subsequent number after that. Every time we make a turn.
Oh, wow.
That's smarter.
What happens when you get past the single-digit numbers?
Hopefully we
How
don't go there.
does-
Then you move. You keep going.
I was gonna say, can't you just put tallies?
I could, but I would just every time I make a turn on somewhere. That's a technique from something. Anyway, but yeah, you make a turn. If you're making a left turn, 1, and you make it on the corner that you made the turn.
Cool. So,
I was making a joke about if Alabroth could count past 9.
Alabroth is very educated.
Okay.
He's very book smart.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's good to know.
I mean, but would it be 9? Does he have 10 digits, or is it like 8?
Might be 6.
Does he start at 0? Does he go 0, 1,
I mean,
2,
he
3,
has
4?
thumbs.
No, he's got 4. 4 fingers and a thumb.
Yeah.
How many toes?
So if we made a left turn on a corner, I'd put a 1 there.
That's weird.
Dragonborn have a base 17 counting system.
I don't want to think about that.
Yeah.
Polydactyly runs really strong through that gene pool.
What is that?
Also uneven.
Polydactyly?
Polydactyly? It's
What's that?
extra fingers and toes.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
okay.
like when like a cat that has like 5
Like main kids.
Digits?
No,
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
They have little thumbs.
I just love the idea of an uneven.
So
Genetically, it's just how it
I'm gonna kind of go speed up a little. They go. So you guys spend some time with you marking the way and doing, I guess, your best. Roll an overall. One of you or both of you, or one at advantage, roll an overall survival check to see how well you do.
I think-
I'm gonna roll an advantage if that's cool.
Yeah. My survival is -1.
Oh my.
Yeah.
21.
Hey.
So pretty, like you feel pretty. This might be the first time that Octavia feels like the skills from her parents are useful, and also wishes she paid a little more attention. Could be like,
She knows nothing about bookkeeping.
yeah, like, oh, they did have some skills. And you guys start making some pretty good progress. You it takes you a while to find one that doubles back, and so, but eventually you start heading that way, and you feel like you're getting close to something, like you're getting closer to the surface. You're no longer like sloshing through water, and you're beginning to wonder if you're going to have to get out of the sewers to actually find a thing. And
So, when you did the architecture things with your dad, did you spend a lot of time in sewers?
I did not spend time in sewers, but he
Probably a good choice.
built a lot of villages. Yes, he helped build the systems of the villages. Realizing now it's quite complicated. I don't know. It seemed normal growing up that you would just know about these sort of things, and I think I'm learning that it's really not.
I mean, I know about caverns. This isn't super.
Is this similar?
It's not dissimilar enough to be completely unapplicable.
yeah, I think you probably
Probably a bit drier in caves.
No.
Not necessarily
Just-
true.
I mean, have you
I
seen
mean,
the
it's
descent?
I have
it
not.
doesn't. It
Very
doesn't
wet
smell.
moving.
It doesn't
wet. It's
smell
very
like
moist.
this.
It is.
It smells a little earthier instead of like.
I like As Above, So Below better though.
I have never seen that, but
I
it looks
really want to see
interesting.
that.
It's very spooky, and yeah, they actually got a special like thing to where they actually filmed in the catacombs under Paris. No
Oh,
one
it's
had
not a set.
ever done that before. No,
Ah.
some parts of it are, but a lot of it's not.
That
You know
just
what
makes it worse.
I've never seen?
Like in a good way.
What We Do in the Shadows, the movie. I've never
Mia,
seen it.
you were
You
the
haven't
one-
seen
I
it?
forgot to
It's
bring
That was
it.
that was a jab.
You know
That
what?
was-
You know what, Mia? We can always go back by your house and on the way back.
Let's try. I only
It's
live
on
like
a
15
streaming
minutes away from here.
service.
Is
like-
it? Which one?
Hulu, I think. Because Hulu has the show.
That's the show, yeah.
I couldn't find. I'll look. Anyway,
It was on Netflix at one point. Anyways,
I pirated it. It's good.
It's great.
I will let you
It's
borrow the
amazing.
Blu-ray if you need to.
I can
Well,
like
so-
go to my house and bring it back.
You guys are walking and you're feeling pretty confident, starting to get like a little bit warmer, but not uncomfortably so, and you're not chilled anymore. Everybody roll a
Octavia's good.
perception check.
Tavi's gonna take off her jacket and tie it around her waist like me in middle school.
nice.
Get disadvantage on
20
everything.
No!
What?
This is
Perception.
perception.
Bad look, yeah.
16.
21.
Also 16.
Dirty 20.
19.
Dirty 21.
Good.
Marching order.
She's
Still
in
me
front.
first.
I'm behind.
And then I'm behind him.
I'm behind
That was
him.
lucky.
Azra might have taken a position in between Alabroth and Octavia
No, you
now
didn't.
that we're
I
like
would-
sort of co-navigating.
If that's the case, I'll be behind Ronnie.
Okay.
Azra was really in the back just so that she could hang behind for the false light thing.
Gross.
No.
Because you guys were in front and you rolled so high, there will be no surprise round on you. All you're walking around, all of a sudden you see like it's kind of like misty and foggy in there,
Okay.
and you both of you nearly at the same time notice that all of a sudden this mist moves in a very unnatural pattern and like turns around, and you don't see a face or anything. It just like it stops and it turns around and comes back towards you. So we're gonna take a break and then we're gonna roll initiative.
Hey!
Oh boy! Oh no.
Yeah.
Now we're really playing D&D.
We were
Okay,
always playing
so
D&D.
red button on the board.
No,
Above
before
the
that we
little-
were improving with
that one.
dice. This is D&D.
That one.
What are y'all talking
Bloodborne.
Bloodborne.
I said no.
Nah.
It's a hot new game. Little indie darling.
about? Yeah, I've never heard of it before.
He
Welcome back.
Yes! Anyway.
Blocking the camera.
Everybody roll initiative.
About to fight!
We're now
Too
woo girls?
long.
That's a garbage roll.
Did you roll?
I rolled a 7.
Huh?
You roll better than me.
Yeah, but I'm
My initiative is only, but it's cool.
I had something I was gonna do because I was gonna
Oh,
go
I forgot
first.
I have a
Wow, your
advantage on
initiative really was garbage.
On initiative.
Mine's a dirty 20, but still, I'll take it.
Okay.
Wow, that's
Oh,
what
you rolled a
rolled.
1?
No.
Okay.
No. Total, I rolled a 7.
Oh, yeah, this is trash bag.
Oh, so you both got really bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I have a +4.
Okay.
Wow.
I have a +2.
Alabroth. What's your initiative?
What are we looking at here?
Initiative.
No, we were just looking at mist, right? Nothing's like jumped out or anything.
Oh, yeah.
She's just getting her
Octavia
initiative. She's
probably.
not getting her action
Hmm?
yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, just.
Well, what is your
Oh,
initiative
20.
number?
Sorry.
Oh, good.
I was like, what? Something just jumped out?
Ronnie.
23.
Holy shit.
That's what that advantage
Get ready
on
for it.
initiative
Yeah.
does.
Your magic item is both the least and the absolute most useful thing ever.
Shit, how can I do
Octavia.
this?
11.
Okay.
How can I do this?
Azra.
5.
Okay. Cool. Cora. Brana.
To round out the cursed corner, 7.
Oh, that was good.
First corner.
Break the chair out.
What is
Absolutely
your
not. I got higher than
Yeah,
10.
she got over 10. So.
what is your dexterity?
+4. It's 18, I
Jesus.
believe.
Okay.
You're...
One a month.
Here, high five.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's 10.
For some reason, I think of you as a cleric. That's just the vibe that you give.
And
I'm
yet-
uptight.
Yeah.
And yet, it's him.
Monks are usually like a loose kind of vibe, even if they're very
They aren't
lawful.
necessarily lawful good.
Yeah, but they're usually not uptight.
I've
Usually
only ever played
chill
with an
and
uptight
balance
monk.
and stuff.
That is not
I've
been
only
my
ever played with uptight
experience.
monks.
Mostly that's why she's uptight, because I thought it would be funny. Also, because when I was making her, it was around the time I started watching Fantasy High, and Brendan Lee Mulligan was just like, with
I'm
elves,
Sarah by
so that was
Scary.
funny, so.
I'm rewatching season 2 of Fantasy High, and I just got to the part. Wait,
Like Afriel or whatever.
yeah, in Kai Luminura.
Who's the least dexterous
Oh,
person
God.
in our group?
Okay.
Well, that depends. Are you talking about whose dex saves are the worst?
Hang on.
Or
I feel that y'all are talking about me.
Hopefully you can also hear it. They are 4 feet away from you.
Okay, so starting off with Ronnie, the mist did an about face and is in a very aggressive type of way. I want to explain the rules. You can move through your allies, but you can't end on a turn in the same space
Yeah.
with an ally. You can't end your movement in the same space with an ally.
Can you move through a mist because it is intangible? Incorporeal. Yeah,
First of all, it's mist, so
I didn't know if I wanted to tell you was the only thing. Yes, you can occupy its space and it can occupy yours.
gross.
passing through it may be bad time.
Yeah.
That would, I mean,
I would
you're
assume as much. We're
you're
here to
in
fight it.
initiative, so.
Yeah, well, we'll fuck around and find out.
I can't stab it.
You have fire.
Oh yeah.
But yes,
Mhm.
you
You just
are,
find the middle of it and hold it and just burn it.
okay, everybody keep that in mind. Anyway,
yes,
Karate chop the air.
hang on.
I was going to be his reference of He-Man.
One thing.
Jason, do you have a handbook around?
mm-hmm.
PHP.
Other side.
What you looking for?
Thank you very much.
Candy bag still
Gus
nearby.
wants to play close to the chest on this one.
Okay. Ronnie, go ahead.
Alright, for my action, I'm going to use an object. I'm going to use the little, like, striker in my tinderbox to light my arrow.
Okay, I'm gonna say, like, for the first time, because you have to get it out in your pack and stuff, it will be an action. In future ones, I will allow you to light and shoot one arrow on your turn. So, yeah, that seems fair, yeah. Okay, but for the first time, do you have anything to do with bonus action? Not so much. Go.
Well, actually, hold on. We'll go with no for now.
Okay, so that is your turn. Alabroth, it is your turn.
Well, I want everyone to use the Force. Bahamut, bless this party! Everyone roll out an extra d4 on any attacks.
Dope.
Oh.
That is a concentration spell, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
I need to get conditionings too, and make them.
Let me see. Can I do any bonus action?
Start collecting bottles.
Well, I could do spiritual weapon if I had cast it, but instead I chose to look out for y'all.
I have a crap ton of bottle caps if you ever need them.
Yeah, I
The
have,
little
I
rings.
I think
Oh,
we were
those.
saving them for a while.
Oh, and I cast at second level, so I cover
The catacombs.
After,
all four.
I guess you could take up the mini and put them in the bottle cap.
yeah.
That'd work.
I use them to make little mini pies.
Do you actually bake them?
Cool. Octavia.
I'm going to. You said we can walk through it, right?
I said you.
Imagine.
Just-
Tray full
just
of
messing
bottles
Can
up.
with like
occupy,
tiny little
I could
muffins on
occupy
them.
space and go to the other side.
You can. You don't know what will happen, but you can.
That is true. I don't know what will happen. I would like to make an acrobatics check to kind of on the wall and go behind it.
Unfortunately, like, there's not space between it.
Okay.
It's because of the size of the sewer. It fills the whole space. And make a perception check for free.
Use the
18.
Force.
18. It seems to go.
What does that get added to?
It seems to go
Attack rolls and saving throws.
Any attack throw or
About,
saving
like-
throw. Yeah.
15 feet back. Like, it's a big.
Okay.
So, and it envelops the whole thing.
Okay, I'm gonna kind of steel myself and I'm gonna run through it.
Okay, make a Constitution saving throw.
Add d4 to that.
That's very good.
I had to tell her to do that.
21 without a modifier. More than that with it.
That's what? Oh, because bless. I was like, no.
23.
Okay, so 23. Good. You. Ooh. You take 5 necrotic damage,
Okay.
and your hit point maximum is reduced by 5.
Okay.
Why did you do that?
And the mist seems healthier.
So don't stand in it.
Good to know. And then I will give. No.
Light your fists on fire.
I'm gonna try. She wouldn't know that. I'm gonna try and hit it.
Did you move to the other side of it?
Yeah.
Alright, just wanted to make sure.
I'm gonna try and hit it. My fists are not magical, so.
Wait.
I'm gonna let you take this back if you want to. Flanking doesn't make sense on this, like, for advantage, but you can take the whole thing back, and that's fine.
And they could attack and move back.
Yeah, they'll have enough movement.
Okay.
Like,
yeah,
at any
flanking
point.
was the only reason.
Yeah, I
was the
know,
reason I was
and that's
doing
what I'm
that.
saying. Like, and you get the advantage of knowing that it can reduce your hit point maximum and stuff. But I'm gonna let
Okay.
you take it back because it doesn't make sense.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
She wouldn't know. My fists are not magical, so I don't think I'll be able to hit it, but I'm gonna try.
Okay.
First one is, hold on, a 19 to hit.
And 19 does hit.
Yeah. It's 8 points of damage on the first one, and I have 2 attacks with my action. Second one's not gonna hit. But I'm going to use...
What is it? It's not a high AC.
10.
No, you're right.
And then I'm going to use a key point to do Flurry of Blows.
Okay, I'll say that you can see this after you hit it the first time.
Yeah.
It was 8 points, you said?
On
the first.
Yes.
You do notice that it does not seem to have nearly the impact you would hope, but it did seem to damage.
So sorry, it's loading a lot. Okay, here we go.
Flurry of blows.
Yeah, I'm gonna do Flurry Blows. Yeah, that's a 23.
That hits.
There's another 7 points of damage, and one more. That's also gonna hit. That's a 23. And another 7 points of damage. So 14 total, but probably.
Yeah.
And strength saving throw.
For prone,
can't take a reaction until the end of its next turn.
what is it considered? What's the...
It's part of my. It's a technique. It's not
But
a
what's the
spell.
condition?
It just, if it fails a strength saving throw, it can't take a reaction until the end of its next turn. It doesn't say a condition of any
Is
kind.
that an additional key point or no?
No.
Okay. It's
a flurry of blows thing.
Okay.
Does it have strength?
Yes. It has all of them. Like, they're not all good, but it has all of them, which is weird to me too. It has a charisma score. Why? I don't know. That is a... No, it fails.
Hey, you can't take a reaction. And I am going to leave its range and go back to the back of the group
Okay.
so that that space is clear just in
Cool.
case somebody needs it.
Yeah.
Yep.
You can stand next to the torch I lit so that you can catch your hands on fire.
And your staff's still going.
You don't have your hands wrapped. It would take a full turn to do all that, and you might not want to because
Yeah. And it doesn't look like a goop, right? It looks like a mist.
it looks like a mist.
I was actually going to ask on my next turn.
What if it looks like a goop?
No, is this mist monster the same as the goo monster?
This is a goopy mist. Just like little blobs
No, it's a mist
floating in the air.
mist.
It's
It's a mist made up mist.
It's a shit mist.
It is a
mist?
very like pungent mist, but it's misty mist.
Gross.
And not smelly, just thick. That is
Two Cs.
that is the mist. The mist is gonna go. The mist is going to just
The
Yeah,
entire
it's all-
sewer
yeah,
system
yeah.
shakes
you all
violently.
die. You drown somehow in like 6 inches of water.
Wild.
I'm not gonna
It's
move
'cause it's
the
really
mist
turning
around.
water.
It darts forward, and
Oh no!
Azra, make a Constitution saving throw.
No, 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 no! That's not awful. Con is 11. I have a +0 to con saving throws.
Hey.
Not great. You take flatten out this. You take 10
Aw.
necrotic damage, and you notice that the mist looks healthier than ever, and you lose 10 points from your hit point maximum, but it can go through your false life points first, and that
Yeah, so
obviously wouldn't. How many did you get from false life?
I got 7. So I only
So
took
3.
3 to my normal health, and I was already at max. If I go down 10,
No, you go 3.
just the 3. It's only how much of the natural hit points.
That's what I'm rolling, but
Yeah.
it makes sense.
The math
to me.
doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so yeah. I'm down to 27, is my max and my current.
Currently, yes.
Wow.
And that is its turn. Brana, it is your turn.
Cool. I'm actually gonna go ahead and just go to the other side of it. I mean, I won't have enough movement to move away from it and leave that space open.
So
Actually,
you're gonna what?
no, I'm not gonna
A few.
move through it. If I'm gonna move
Number
up to it.
points.
Yeah, you can move up to it
Just thinking it
and
happens too.
move back through it. Oh, that's fine.
I'm just gonna cast Falls Life again.
Well,
I'm
no,
just
because I
gonna
won't have enough
keep
movement
10
too.
HPing
I
myself.
know, but like, you don't. I think it's fine. Like, I think it's fine. Unless you.
I'm also immune to necrotic damage.
Oh. Then
So
that's not a bad move.
Yeah, I could just move right through it to the other side.
Make it through to the other side.
That way.
Yeah, that way you have.
That's
You
some other
heard that you
rock
have
band.
flanking, right?
Yeah, I know
But
that.
it keeps the space open.
Yeah.
Cool. And you're going to.
I'm going to first stab it with the fire dagger.
Okay.
Maybe.
Let's
hopefully.
go.
Hopefully.
Do them all.
Can I reroll it because it landed on a quarter?
Yeah.
God.
Oh, that didn't really help much, but
Apparently the doors.
I'm going to use that extra D4.
Mm-hmm.
Come on. Let's go. Hit it.
Why wouldn't
Use
you?
it on everything.
Kill it on one go.
It's bless. It's not guidance.
True. Alright, so 12?
12 just misses.
Oh no.
You. If you're not throwing the dagger, you can take 2 slashes with it. Also, you can hit with it once per turn.
Okay.
For now. I might retcon that in the future. But for now, like.
Alright, let's try it again. We'll say
You
that
look
was
at this mist and you're like, I think I can hit this twice.
Okay,
Or
that-
slash
that-
at it
Like,
twice.
it's not like that took a lot.
Yeah.
Alright, oh,
Oh, yeah.
18 points to hit.
Definitely hits.
Yay!
It's like I wasted a turn to give y'all bliss. You know, you better
Oh,
damn
no,
well
you did
use
not
it.
waste it.
That works
Yes,
on
typical last
ranged
time.
spell attacks, right? Plus?
Yes.
It
Very
works
good.
on every attack roll and saving throw.
Very good.
Alright, so that is 4
Oh,
points.
should I have added bless to my saving throw?
Yes, do you remember what it was?
It was an 11 on the die. It is now a 13.
13 just saves, so it only takes 5, so you still have a couple of the
I still have 2.
back, and
Okay.
your hit point maximum is not reduced.
Awesome.
Alright, that's 4 for the actual dagger itself,
Okay.
and then 6 for the fire.
Dope. The 4 doesn't seem to do as much damage, but the 6, is that what you said? The 6 does the full damage.
Yay! Magic
yeah.
fire! Octavius says in universe.
Okay.
But in British, so magic fire!
That is everybody. Please remember to use bless. That's the last time we're going to go back turns to do
Yeah.
it. And that's it. Fine.
I forgot about saving throws.
Yeah.
Oh. Use bless.
The next up is Azra.
Okay. Azra is still right in... I guess... Brana, you're on the other side now?
Yeah, I'm on the other side.
Okay, gotcha. You're the...
I'm immune to
Brana.
death.
Brana, not Brownie.
Brana.
And Azra says, we don't have time for this. And then she starts backing up, but as she does, she holds up her hand. There's like a little pinpoint of like red light. And then she gets her fingers ready to snap, pulls back, and there's like 2 lines. And then she snaps, and it goes, and firebolts it.
That's dope.
Cool.
Is that a roll to hit? Or
Yeah, spell attack roll with the D4.
with the D4?
And that is 25 to hit.
I think that hit.
You think so?
Dang.
And that is 6 damage.
It's fire damage.
Yeah, 6 fire damage.
It does the full amount of damage. It's not 2 bolts. It was 2 bolts. It just was 6.
Yeah, I just the 2 fingers is 2d10 because I'm at 5th level.
Yeah. Cool. So that hits.
And she backs up to the free space in between Ronnie and Octavia.
Cool. That is that turn.
That puts it back at me, doesn't it?
Hmm?
That puts it back at me, doesn't it?
Nope. The next thing that happens
Oh
is another one. I'm not going to put this one on. This one is smaller, obviously. So much smaller.
Sure.
Smaller, looks about the same. Just doesn't look as big. And it doesn't move very fast, so it doesn't get an action this turn. And then it's the top of the round. Ronnie, it is your turn.
Okay. I am. Ask real quick as my free action. This isn't what we're trying to fight.
Not at all.
Okay. So I will try using the only thing that I can do with thaumaturgy, which is make wind. Like, will you blow away? And then I'll.
Which one are you targeting?
They're both about the same distance away from me.
Get to hurt one.
The one in front of us that's already been hit.
Make an insight check.
Okay.
Try to deduce this
Fantastic.
wisp's feelings.
I like it.
12.
Is it being sincere?
Sincerely wants to.
Is it avoiding eye contact?
No, you think that thaumaturgy, like, there's an outside chance that a homebrew solution might work with this, but probably not on the big one. You think that maybe the small one you can blow away.
Okay.
And then I'm going to have you. We're gonna do a contested roll. You're gonna make like an attack roll, and I'm gonna make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
Let's
Oh,
go.
damn.
Get it.
And
What's
I
my
think this is
spellcasting
really
modifier?
effing
Holy
cool.
crap.
So I'm
Shenanigans.
gonna use my bad dice.
Nice.
That's good.
Do I have a plus other than
Yeah,
I
whatever
guess
your
from
plus is to hit.
to hit? Okay. That depends on what I'm attacking
Like a
with.
spell attack?
Would it?
Arrow attack or whatever.
Okay. So.
Not that high.
24.
8.
That high.
You call upon the strength of the wind and the breeze that's always like with you, and it swirls around. It's always kind of like playful, and all of a sudden it starts like whirlwinding kind, and you like hold out your hand and just whoosh, and it drags this thing under the water and just floats it away with the tide.
Oh.
And you just made this battle a lot easier. That was dope as fuck.
Wow.
Octavia looks at it and then looks back at you, very
It may
confused.
be the first time that you felt like powerful as a wind. Like levitate is powerful, but like you're like this is.
You felt
This
like
is
the wind.
dope.
I was rolling to see if Azra even noticed that there was a speaker
That
behind
was
us.
Creative and
It's gone
cool
so
as
fast.
shit.
I like lean over so you can see me in the mist and just like thumbs up.
I am gonna say it took your whole turn though,
Oh yeah.
because it single-handedly just wiped out the second bad guy. Jason, your turn.
Can I do a cantrip and a spell?
If the spell is a bonus action spell, then you can also do a cantrip. So like spiritual weapon. And
I
a
want
cantrip
to
or
do
something.
spiritual weapon and like sacred flame.
Yeah, that's Sparks combo.
Yeah.
Like, I do that all the time.
Okay then.
That's a cleric's bread and butter.
Yeah. So I
Spiritual
yell,
weapon is
Bahamut,
not-
your aid is required, and a red staff with a claw on the end of it appears, and like stands up straight in front of me. And
Dope as fuck.
so I'm gonna cast that. I'll cast it at first level.
It has a physical space, so do you want it to be like right? We could say right there.
Yeah,
Off
just
to the
right
side?
over that thing. Yeah.
Okay.
And hold on, let me go ahead and mark that as a boom. Hit that spell, and I'm gonna go ahead and roll for
Take a swing.
Sacred Flame.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Oh, no, I can take a swing with the weapon because I cast it.
Yeah. And then you can also cast Sacred Flame. That, in my opinion, is a little OP, but it is rolls as right to be able to cast it, swing with it, and attack.
That's a +8 modifier. Okay, cool. All right, 19.
19 hits.
1d8
Just
plus
mark off
5.
this other monster's hit points.
That's going to be 9 points of force damage.
Force damage?
From the spiritual weapon, it should be force.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is force. It seems to do the regular amount of damage.
Excellent. So now I'm going to go ahead and just cast...
9 points? That's a good
Yeah, it was 9 points of damage.
Cool.
Not my best roll, but...
Have the claw cup its hands, it will get wind better.
Well, it kind of...
More resistance.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, anytime it moves, it's like spinning. Anyway. Now I'm going to hit it with some...
Sacred Flame.
Yeah. That's going to miss.
Do you have 2 things with Sacred Flame now? You have level 5. Is it just one?
The damage die may go up, but you don't get multiples. That's a magic missile
That's
thing.
an Eldritch Blast.
Yeah.
Or Eldritch Blast.
Or if you're a bard.
Yeah, it missed. So I rolled a 4, and I don't see what the modifier is on that. So.
Your modifier should be
+8 if it's spellcasting. So then it would be...
spellcasting.
Oh, so then it's a 12.
Did you cast Bless on yourself?
No, it doesn't work that way.
You just missed it.
No.
He missed it.
You just missed it.
Oh, God!
He missed.
No.
I
Anyway.
think Jason is allergic to puns.
Anyway, well, at least spiritual weapon hit it. I'll try again
Yeah.
later.
Oh.
Anyway.
Dope. That's your turn, Octavia.
I'm going to point at the mist.
Sure.
And
Call it in a bad voice.
and say, "You're a little punk, aren't you?" And then I'm gonna look at Brana and say, "I think this spot might be more easy to hit," and I'm gonna give Brana the help action.
Okay.
What does that do?
It gives you advantage on your first. I think just on your first.
Yeah, it gives you advantage on your action.
Your first attack. If you get to.
If Miss could roll its eyes by being called a punk, it would do so.
She's
And
not.
it doesn't.
She's not great with insults.
Well, it doesn't understand the effect of what you did. It's just like, okay, have the kids get off my lawn. And that's
The
your
Miss
turn. Do you
sarcastically
wanna
puts its
take
hands on its
patient
cheeks.
defense or anything? You don't have to. It's just.
Can I?
I think so.
Yeah. No, I do not want to do that.
Okay. Cool. That is your
What's my turn?
turn. The vampiric mist is going to.
We have a name. We can Google its stat sheet.
And then do nothing about it because we don't know.
The voicemail. It's the VM. I don't know. It's going to.
The Vox Machina.
No.
It doesn't have a voice. It can't be a voice machine. Is going to.
But it can be a voicemail.
Don't think too hard about it. It's fine.
Is going to. I'm gonna roll to see. Yeah, it saw that Brana didn't take damage from running through it, so it's going to attack Albrath.
Oh, dear. Protect me, staff.
And it does so without.
Brana. Sorry, no. Alroth's trying to hide behind his staff is like Shaq trying to hide behind that pole.
But it spins.
Because of its weird movement, it does just stretch. It does not.
That's so
It
creepy.
doesn't
Real weird.
provoke opportunity attacks in this moment.
Okay.
And it's going to. Blah. What is? Dope. It's going to. Oh, you have to make a Constitution saving throw.
Come
I
on.
should have cast
Let's
Bless on myself.
go.
It's a 6.
Okay, you take You suffer.
Period.
In general.
11 necrotic damage, and your hit point maximum is reduced by 11. And the mist looks a little healthier.
So, okay, 11 points of damage.
Yes.
But I can't increase past now. Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Okay, apply changes. All right.
And that is its turn. Brona, it is your turn.
Cool. So now I have advantage on an attack, right?
Yes.
Cool. I'm gonna stab it with the fiery thing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hey.
And you still blessed, so. Oh. Make a Constitution saving throw. Another one.
Oh, for bless. Mm-hmm.
Fingers crossed.
16.
Yeah, you're fine.
25.
25 hits.
I would hope so.
I need that for spiritual weapon, too.
And I'm gonna go ahead and just roll for my normal dagger. Or did you say I could use it twice?
No, I said you can use it once per turn.
Okay, okay. $13?
13 just hits.
Cool. Okay, so I'm gonna do the fire dagger first.
Specify which part is fire, please.
3 fire
Okay.
and 4 stabby.
Okay.
And for my normal dagger, it's 3 stabby.
Okay. Okay.
And 1 part my heart.
It's looking wounded.
As wounded as it can. But
It
it's
shrinks,
As a
I guess.
mist
I don't know.
does.
Yeah. I don't know how it looks hardier either, but it happens.
it
Well, I
just
feel
shrinks.
like it would make sense, like, if it gets bigger or if it gets, like, denser.
I was thinking density. Like.
Yeah.
Azra, it is your turn.
Azra notices, sees Ronnie casting the thaumaturgy to, clear out the small one, and then looks at Ronnie and is like, it was a small one, good job.
Thanks.
And is going to try firebolting the big one again.
Okay.
Let's go.
Ooh.
Good.
28.
Yeah, that would hit. That would hit twice.
Roll better.
It doesn't.
It doesn't, but it could.
That's
Doesn't matter.
14 fire damage.
Ooh, and in that hit, it is looking rough.
Yes, good.
Real fast. Looking rough.
Azra looks ashamed, like, I wanted to get with that one.
It was not that far off. Do you have any bonus actions? We seems don't have a lot of bonus actions.
Nah, you really just cantrip until it's dead.
Yeah. Yeah. Ronnie. It is your turn.
Ronnie, you can do it. I don't know where the rest of that's going.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it didn't even rhyme.
Kill
you
the
can't,
mist with
then
your
you
special
don't.
wind.
Well, I doubt the wind is gonna do it.
But you did
on
already
that
take your
big one.
tinderbox out.
Right.
And you have observed that fire does the right amount of damage. It's less impactful.
Ronnie, you can do it. Just gotta put your back into it.
That was so much worse. Continue.
Don't get distracted, Ronnie.
That
was not in universe, I promise.
Thank God. Let's see. Okay. Magic still hits it, even if physical things kind of don't.
Fire in general has hit it, even if it's not magic. Which is weird, but true. I guess fire does clear out.
Yeah. We talked about how in Korea the sun literally burns the mist away.
It's true.
So.
Okay, well, I've got plenty of torches, so
Fire to the rain.
Ronnie, what are you doing?
Gonna take the torch that I just lit before I blew the small one away and just like wave it through the mist. See what it does.
You can try. It will be like a.
I hit it with a
like
stick
the-
kind of thing.
No, like the
Improvised or
unarmed.
unarmed.
Strike, basically. And you can do that, but it's like you're.
It's 1 plus your strength modifier
Yeah.
usually.
Yeah. Okay, then I'm gonna try something different, but I don't want to light anything on fire as far as like my arrows go, because those are for the thing that fire is the only thing I know that hits it.
Okay.
So
You did make 20 of them.
that's true. Okay, fine. I'll light.
One arrow short with the oblex. Just like, if we just save this one arrow.
Yeah, it's gonna
Everybody dies.
take
Yeah.
you guys.
Yeah.
You went 19 rounds with it.
I have 2 attacks in a round.
Yeah, but you fell late one. Like,
Yeah.
it's gonna take
10 rounds with this thing.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll get 2 arrows, light them both. First one.
No, you can only light one. You can only. That's going to be the rules for this. Is you can light one and shoot it, but you can only do one.
Okay. Then. Uh, 23?
Mm-hmm.
Sound like you were doubting your own roll.
Kill the mist.
How much did we decide? How much fire damage it did? I think it's 1d4 fire damage plus your arrow damage.
A d4?
Yeah. I think hers does d6. Yours.
11
do
points of
D4.
damage.
And
Yeah.
with that, how do you kill this thing? What do? You take your arrow. Do you pin it to the wall?
I
Do you
mean,
just
it is mist, so...
Okay, so you take your arrow, you shoot it straight through, and the arrow sticks in the wall, but is still
right
on
behind
fire,
Brana's head.
right in the middle of the mist, and it starts
Does the
like
mist catch fire?
the mist actually makes a little like yeah, it's kind of weird and gross. But yeah, like it's. Have you ever seen like perfume catches up? It's like
Yeah.
this big
Yeah.
roiling, but like effervescent kind of thing, and it burns away, and you see a couple of like ashes from nowhere kind of fall into the water, but it
That's
is
disgusting.
gone. And yay, we're out of combat.
That was
Ronnie
disgusting
coming
and disturbing
in
and what
clutch
one.
AF.
Ronnie!
MVP.
Could
I have
someone
this
hand me my d4?
Yeah, and that.
Okay, no, give me back the stick. I needed to get my dice.
Your hand is. You can
Hey!
just pick up the
Yes.
die. It's right there.
Yeah,
Look,
and
I
yeah.
wanted to use the stick, and then Mia stole my thunder. Wait.
She's been through enough.
Whose was this?
I think it's cats.
Is this yours?
Good Lord.
Az was just like on her back, dragged across the ground.
Through the sewer.
Yeah.
My leg benders don't work anymore.
So, as you guys are kind of like sitting there and like, kind of like, well, that happened. All of a sudden, you hear a voice, and Azra, roll a perception or history, and you can roll with advantage.
Oh, I don't like the sound of the head.
Nat 20, and my history I think is a +4, +6, so 26.
It, you instantly recognize the voice. And with the nat 20, you can hear where it's coming from another, like, grate through which light is not coming. So it's probably indoors or something.
Mm.
You hear the to you unmistakable sound of Professor Astrophis' voice.
Mm-hmm.
And you hear, is someone in the sewer? And we're gonna be
No.
That's it. Thank you everybody for
No!
joining us. This has been SCNS.
Oh no.
No one's home.
We're so. We're gonna get in trouble.
Oh my god, we're gonna go to the principal's office now.
Tune in 2 weeks from now.
Yeah.
Right? For what will probably be a longer session and may close out Ezra's arc.
November 20th.
Yes.
It's not like Thanksgiving or anything.
It's before.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine. Yeah.
That'll be
November 20th for the big climax of this arc. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for hanging out, watching us play D&D. Make sure to check out supercoolnerdshow.com. And as we always like to say around here,
Keep
on
nerding.
You killed the master with fire! It was so cool!
With
See
fire and with thaumaturgy.
Yeah.
how do I stop it?
Just hit Twitch stream again.
Okay.